There are many stutters out there that have attempted to stop their stuttering for a long time, for many years. They ended up having a lot of tenacity, and then after a while, they had actually given up entirely since they've had no real results. Or they had experienced a lot of results and had still ended up failing because of an incorrect stuttering theory, that then the application aspect of it ended up following the incorrect theory, and then the application is of course incorrect as well, and then they ended up feeling very mentally messed up. They ended up essentially stopping fixing their speech impediment, and then they are ultimately in a very bad state of mind, in a very depressed state of mind, in a very defeatist state of mind. And for sure, it is very, very unfortunate for those individuals out there. And stuttering is absolutely able to make somebody depressed, but we have to understand that we have to keep going. It is very possible to stop your speech impediment. I know that it may seem impossible at first, except I myself have already done an insane amount of experimentation upon myself already. And back then I had a very severe speech impediment. I had a lot of hard blocks mainly, but it was very annoying for me personally, especially when I would have to be asked to introduce myself in a classroom in front of many other individuals out there, and I ended up being in a hard block, and it was very frustrating for me and very embarrassing at the same time. So the great news is that in 2021, I had self-experimented out a lot, and then I ended up making my own speech technique, and it ended up staying consistent for a long time for me. And then for a few years afterwards, I ended up optimizing it to truly make it easier to understand and also to explain for you guys as well. Since for me, I find it is very fun for me to study the brain and also study stuttering as well. And it is an insane amount of fun for me. And the whole idea here, guys, that you truly have to understand is that I'm a case study of stuttering, essentially. In fact, I think I'm actually the most detailed case study ever for stuttering. And this is exactly why I know for a fact that mouth mechanics is the answer. After all, the mouth has to lead the dance. It has to set up every single word in advance in order to ensure fluency, in order to make yourself feel a lot more confident, the brain a lot more confident that it can't say that next word, instead of having an insane amount of hesitation and self-doubt in yourself that you can even say the word out loud. So this is how speech blocks stop, because the mouth leads the dance already, and the feedback is no longer even a problem anymore. Of course, I mean the feedback loop of the brain, because it understands that the information is actually being fed back to the brain, that the mouth position had been reached successfully, and then the intentionality is successful as well of you attempting on saying the word out loud and you actually successfully saying the word out loud. So again, guys, you have to practice, you have to keep going. I have the correct stuttering theory, and I'm already convinced, and I have an insane amount of evidence already, because I ended up having a lot of blocks and I had experimented out so many times now. I've had a lot of experience already. I have trained over and over, guys. You have no idea the amount of times I had to read to myself, and me having a lot of conversations with myself, and me being inside of other various social settings as well, having a conversation with strangers too. And this is how I know for a fact that I have the correct stuttering theory on how to stop stuttering in and of itself entirely, and also the application follows through too.